time-saving tools. Whether you're working as a business manager, internet marketer, or public relations professional, these tools are going to help you save time, work more efficiently, and be more effective in business. These are things that I know work because I've used them in clients I've worked with, and I've used them in my own business. Like every other business professional, I'm always trying to get more done in less time, and there's always a lot of things to do. So these are things that I know have worked because I've tried them and have succeeded in using them. First off is to use websites such as elance.com and odesk.com to do research. For example, if you are based in Seattle, Washington, and you are a technology consultant, and you want to do research on all the technology companies in Seattle, so you can meet with them, set up meetings, and tell them about your new consulting business, it's going to take a long time to research who all those technology companies are, get all their contact details, put them in Excel, figure out who the best contacts are, etc. What you can do is hire somebody on elance.com that can have that work done in 3 days while you're working on a more high-level project like the wording for your website or your product line or your pricing, or you maybe even meeting with your first few potential clients. That's such a huge amount of value that you can add to the business instead of doing research on Google trying to find people's contact details. And usually using a website like Elance or odesk.com, you can get that type of project done for say $30, $50, $70, some ridiculously cheap amount that's not even close to the amount of value that you can add to your business in that same amount of time. Next thing you can do to save time is to use services such as design99.com. If you're coming out with a new product, a new website, maybe a marketing brochure, then what you can do is use a website like Design99 to have it designed for you. And you can launch a logo contest and choose the winner of that logo contest, so you save the time of working with a branding or PR firm and taking 2 or 3 months to develop a logo. Or if you're more impatient than that, they have a gallery of thousands of logos which you can have customized to your business within 1 business day, and they're only $100 each, so it can really save you a lot of time if you're launching a new product or service line. Other resources related to websites I would consider using if you're looking to save time is templatesforyou.com. Has website templates. They're professional for your business. You can download them for $30, start using them today, and get your website up and running. Also GoDaddy.com. If you want to start a blog, you could use Blogger.com, which is free, but WordPress is also free and a bit more powerful and flexible. And GoDaddy.com, you can get domain names inexpensively, a hosting account that can host unlimited domain names, which saves you time in setting up different hosting accounts. And then you can also have WordPress automatically installed on your server, so you don't have to deal with installing anything, and GoDaddy will install that on your server for you, so you can just then log in and configure the WordPress and customize it to look professional for your business. So those are some great tools to help you save time. Another tip to save time is just to turn off your phone while working. Most people take breaks anyways for a cup of coffee, to eat lunch, to get a snack every hour and a half or 2 hours. And so what I would recommend you do is put your phone on silent and just train people to either email you or deal with the fact that you're never going to be answering your phone. You're going to call them back when it's convenient for you. Because what you're doing by having your phone always be on is you're telling everybody in the world, and you're communicating with everybody in the world, that they can interrupt whatever you're doing, whatever concentrated task you're working on, no matter how big a priority is. The random question that came up in their mind, and when they decide to call you, whether it's about dinner, what they want to do next weekend, a project they want to work with you on in business, whatever it is, whether it's a high priority or low priority, you're allowing them to interrupt your day, interrupt what you're doing, to talk about that idea that they just randomly thought of and decided to call you on. If you talk to many really successful people, hardly any of them answer their phone if they don't recognize the number on their phone, and almost none of them have their phone on all day long because it interrupts their workflow and doesn't allow them to get very much done. That goes along with my next tip, which is not checking your email at the beginning of the day. This is very hard to do if you confirm sales in your business, if you deal with project emergencies with your clients a lot. But what I would recommend doing is at least not spending more than 10 or 15 minutes on your email at the beginning of the day, and if all possible, don't check your email in the first hour and a half. The reason I say this is that you probably know what you need to get done for the day, and you know that if you got this one chunk of work done, it'd be a great productive day, and it might only take an hour or two of concentrated time to get that work done. And if you just focus on getting that work done first, then what happens the rest of the day is kind of a wash. If you get stuck in a client emergency, if something bad happens in the business, if you need to confirm a big sale or go meet with a client, that's fine because you've already gotten your big strategic goal done for that day. So it's important to get that done first, because what can happen once you get busy in your business, or if you get a lot of emails already in your business, is that you get very distracted. You get emails coming in, and from the other person's perspective, their email will always be important, it will always be urgent, they always need a response right away, there's always a client to serve, there's always a sale to confirm, and you can just get pulled into these different projects, and you can get pulled in so many directions. Besides being exhausting, it's very distracting. You might never get back to that strategic project, which can make a big difference in your day. The next tip here is to use a kitchen timer. You can get one for $3 on Amazon.com, and they say that you should work for 45 minutes of time to an hour and a half of time uninterrupted on one single task, get it 100% done, and then put that behind you. That's something I think I got from Tony Schwartz, which is kind of an expert in this area. And basically he says that if you do this, you'll be much more productive, and you can get into a state of flow where you just are hyper productive and just get a ton done. And the point of setting the kitchen timer is that you want to train yourself to be able to work for 45 minutes straight without interruption, without stopping, without getting distracted. If you think of a good business idea or somebody you have to call, write it down on your notepad to do later for the day, move it to the side, and get back on your concentration of work. But if you do have to answer the phone because of an emergency or check on something or go do something, then you push stop on the timer and you wait till you get back on task and push start again until you've gotten that 45 minutes done. And if you feel like you're about to get distracted, you look at that timer and you say, okay, I just have 10 minutes left on this project, then I can attend to that other urgent emergency or whatever came up. A next tip is to have the basically process that you should follow every day to have your ideal productive working day documented on the desktop of your computer. So every day you might have a to-do list, but you might not always look at that. You might have a whiteboard with your to-do list, but you might not always remember to look at that. But every day you start your computer up most likely, and the first thing you're going to see is the desktop of your computer, the background of your computer. So if you write up that process you should be following every single day to be really productive, you'll look at it every day and remember it and hopefully follow it. So maybe at the beginning of that process you say, I work for 45 minutes straight on developing my next coaching product. Or I work for 45 minutes straight calling my top 3 clients and checking in with them on the projects, because that's your most important thing to do every day. Then you check for emergency emails, then maybe you call out to potential leads or clients, etc., etc. So the point here is to put the most important things you have to remember right there on your desktop, on your computer background, so you can't miss it and you see it every single day. So I hope these tips help you save time while working as a business professional. I know they have in my life, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, this is businesstraining.com, where you can double your qualifications and boost your compensation.